Coming up here on the Circle Debate Podcast, episode number 27, as we actually give the update to the Survivor Series team for SmackDown. We're also going to go ahead and provide you the Raw update as well, pro wrestling news, also what's going on in the pro wrestling world. Not only that, also with the new, United Wrestling Network Championship bracket, and also the New Japan Power to Struggle, Super Junior Cup, J Cup coming up, and this past week's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and our prediction of the AEW Full Gear coming up tomorrow. So make sure you tune in right now as episode 27 begins ahorita, right now. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Circle Debate Podcast, episode number 27. Yes, I did say that last week, but I don't know, it was under the influence, and I forgot it was Halloween special. Apologies. But yes, this is the actual 27, ladies and gentlemen. The host of Devious One, IBC, here alongside with my brothers from another mothers, as we have the Mad Hatter of all Hatters. He's not the sanitizer guy or the guy with the... Okay, he is your carbonation cabron, the carbonation pain maker, the steam maker. And that is the man himself, Mr. MGC Matthew Steamboat. And we also have the one and only. Sorry, Ricochet, but he's the one and only. It should have been him. He is the CK1 himself. Chris Ted. There you go.
Looking a little bit like the bad boy.
Chico. Right. Looking at the bad boy right there. That's right. The bad guy right there. The bad guy, Christian. American Hero is not here. He's out there saving the world from the damn election. So what's going on? He's out there saving the world.
Shout out to Ray Roses, who's been working them polls 24/7 for like 4 days straight, man.
That's right, man.
Good work out there, man. That's hardcore.
Yeah. Hardcore, man. We appreciate your work, Ray. We appreciate you. We love you, brother. We love you very much. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, I just want to go ahead and shout-outs. Shout-outs to Dirty Heels Podcast for the 1-year anniversary. And, man, congratulations to you, brothers, for your big success that is going on, man. Much love to Brother Bovin. Much love to Kofi Weedston. You got to give the people what they want, brother. You have to give the people what they want.
The best friends.
That's right. That's right. And also, got to go ahead and give a shout-out to our UK fellow, James. That's 90s Wrestling Podcast, providing you the best wrestling interviews, content you just had recently with Trevor Murdoch. Make sure you tune in to, obviously, his channel as well. The description will be below on this video. And also to other brother native, Jonah. That is from Rewind, Recap, Relive, as he had a recent interview as well with Eric, Redbeard, with Eric Rowan. So make sure the description down below as well for these three gentlemen of their YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and begin, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a lot of coverage this week of professional wrestling. Now, let's go ahead and update with the SmackDown. So we had the Kevin Owens now being the member of the SmackDown Survivor Series team. We also had Bianca Belair for the women's on that. And then one thing that threw us off, which it was expected, and I'm pretty sure Papa Vinny was like, oh, that's good shit. Seeing Aaliyah kissing, seeing us, the kissing moment of Aaliyah and Murphy. So I'll ask you, Mr. Steamboat, your thoughts about that segment.
And WWE just loves, like they really want to be the soap opera. They want to be all Days of Your Lives instead of, I think when Vince said, like, we're more like Days of Your Lives than we are wrestling. Like, they really want to make sure.
I can hear that quote in my head.
Oh, yeah. You see, kayfabe is dead. I'm Vince McMahon. We're Days of Your Lives. So sit back, relax, and enjoy yourselves. Like when he first announced it, like I could just hear him like in the background. You see, we're better than Days of Your Lives. We're not wrestling at all. We're just as good as Disney.
Oh my God. Mr. CK1, the floor is yours.
I don't want to say it's been a while since we've seen an angle like this because we've seen versions of it, but this has very heavy Stephanie leaving test for Triple H vibes to it.
Oh yeah,
which was definitely like there's no nice way to say this, and I'm going to say it. I don't know. That original Stephanie Triple H angle was a lot rapier, for sure. because he had her passed out in the car and like drove her off to the wedding. Was like, peace out, I'm out.
They're actually married with kids.
Yeah, the only controversy here is the age gap, which I mean, it's definitely a subjective opinion. They are of legal consenting adults, but then you now also have it broadcast, which is what the controversy Vince is looking for, and why we are now talking about it.
We're so edgy. We're
right,
so
super edgy. Angle-wise, where I think it's going is I think probably I would put $1 down on this, that Murphy's just infiltrating the Mysterios at the helm of the Monday Night Messiah, and somewhere down the road he might turn Aaliyah to come to the what was it? It used to have a name. Did that faction used to have a name with like AOP and Austin Theory?
You know what? I did forget. What
there was a name, I think, but yeah, I think she might be coming that direction, and they're gonna like ride off into the dark sunset. Band name called it Dark Sunset.
There you go. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't steal it. That was pretty good for a guy on a podcast. But yeah, this is typical Vince. Nothing about it surprises me.
I know. You know what this reminded me of was Bruce Pritchard on his podcast where he did mention the story about Vince McMahon telling Kurt Angle to kiss Stephanie. He's like, get in there, pal. Get in there like you mean it. Go under. Kiss her already. Kiss her. Oh, let me show you how to do it. Like, just kidding, guys. How Bruce said it, just kidding. But yeah, oh my God. That's what it reminds me of. So like I'm pretty sure that Vince.
It's like John Cena. You make all 5 of my wives jealous. All of them want to beat me.
Oh my God.
Things they got away with.
Definitely, they got away with a lot of shit. And then also now move on with Raw. So now we had Braun Strowman now joining the Raw team with AJ and Sheamus and Keith Lee. So now you already have 4 women missing member. That was a good match, by the way. It was a good match, triple threat match between them both, between Sheamus and Keith Lee and Braun Strowman. So now we're just waiting for what's the outcome of who's going to be the 4th member. We don't know yet. We'll find out soon next week. Maybe next week we'll find out. And then we have, obviously, Mike's favorite team, Retribution. Sorry, Mike, you're not here. I have to say it. You're not here. You're out there saving the world, brother. But Retribution choosing Ricochet as the next victim.
T-bone steak and slap nuts and
slapjack, slap nuts.
Johnny Bravo.
Johnny Bravo. What's Ricochet is going to be like rubber band or something. Like if they.
Oh, that's funny. I like that. That's too funny.
He's like rubber band or slingshot McGee or whatever they call him.
Right.
Slingshot Jones.
So I want to get your guys' opinion about Retribution so far. Like when he first debuted it, they were like, oh, the most toughest reckoning group of all, and then it fucking died out. Just went that quick. Now they're becoming jobbers. And all this hype for nothing. And that's why, oh my God, whoever's writing this shit should you really need to fucking. I don't want you fired, bro.
Here's a WWE storyline etch-a-sketch. You need to wipe that slate clean. Which,
oh yeah.
No.
Does Kevin Dunn still work for him right now?
Yeah, he's still there. Bugs Bunny looking motherfucker. Yeah, he's still there.
I think he's like, yeah, it's a great idea, you guys.
Yeah, so
you know, we should totally do this. It sounds like the best thing ever.
It's not the best thing ever. These guys should have gone in singles career, especially
Kevin Dunn's like, no, it's so cool. Don't you guys want to do it?
Jacoby should be by himself.
Kevin Dunn.
Oh my God, fucking Kevin Dunn. Mia should be by herself. Everybody should be on themselves individually. I don't know why they're burying this fucking team. I know they're giving Mustafa Ali a great push, but what push? You're pushing him to become a jobber again, like 205. Shit. So, I'm gonna call it right now. This fucking team is only gonna last by the end of this year, and that's it. They're gonna split them up, or before that. I'm calling it right now. And some are going back to NXT. Some are staying. That's what I see. So I want to get your thoughts, Mr. CK1. Do you see this team lasting, or do you see them breaking up soon?
God damn. We've talked about it before, how this could have been who did we say that this angle should have been for? Sanity. This is
Sanity.
To me, this is perfect. This would have been perfect for Sanity if they went with it. Obviously it's not. And yes, obviously Dominik Dijakovic should have got a singles run. I know a lot of times they'll bring up green wrestlers in non-roles and put them on stage just to get used to the main roster, the lights, the crowd. There's no crowd. They changed their voices, they changed their names, they put masks on them, but the crowd's smart enough to know who most of them were. Yeah, I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know what the end result is. It's not like Nexus had like a goal, which was kind of just to change the culture of holding down the little guys. This is like that, but not really. And then putting Mustafa Ali in it was only interesting because he wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
Now he's technically going to be in a feud with Ricochet, which is A+ on its own. But where it ends up and what the end result is, I have no clue what they're going to change. Are they just going to become electricians to keep messing with the lights? Is that their goal?
Oh, God.
Is there like an end game to this? Like, is it gonna like they're not on Survivor Series? It's not. That would be cool. Whatever. Yeah, I think end of the year if we're lucky, before WrestleMania, hopefully.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Hopefully they do end this shit because I'm glad they ended that Underground. That was horrible. And
my God, and they ended it just. We'll get into this later, but I love how AEW, if something doesn't work, it stops immediately. This is the first time WWE has done this almost ever with the Underground. No explanation. It just went away. And I was cool with it.
Hell yeah, everybody was cool with it. I was cool with it. So you mentioned Steamboat. Your thoughts about this Retribution team? Where do you see the future for them?
They're gonna have a little cookout at the front because one of them's name is T-Bone Steak, and then Slapnuts is gonna serve up mixed nuts at the bar, and Top Hat Jones is gonna come out, Johnny Bravo, Bill Jackson, and Ricochet is gonna join as Slingshot McGee.
That's so funny.
They're gonna start a little traveling country band. One of them, they're all gonna play banjo and sing songs. On the road, making chocolate, selling it on the highway. That's what they'll do. We'll see him. We see him on the. Oh my! See, we got somebody to give his opinion. We were just talking about Retribution.
Are you at the airport?
Man, testing 1 2 3. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
I hear you.
You're clear, bro.
I was just giving my thoughts on Retribution. What do you think?
Oh, dude, we know you love Retribution. Tell us nothing but good things about Retribution right now.
Retribution can go, shine those masks up real nice, turn them some bitch sideways, and stick them straight up their candy asses. That's what they can do.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great American hero.
I just wanted to stop by, say hey to everybody in Circle Debate. I'm on my way to Texas, and I had to kind of stop by and make sure everything's in order right now. The American hero, making sure.
Mike, and let us know if you see Retribution on the side of the highway selling meat.
Or what was your peanuts? They're selling peanuts.
Yeah, they're selling peanuts and meat on the side of the road.
I'm crying.
I will have my bucket of tomatoes ready to throw at them. Well, I got to get going, guys, but it was great to see you guys, and keep up the good work.
Hey, go out there, save the world from this election, bro.
Yeah.
You know it.
Whoa. All right.
Wowie zowie.
Yowie wowie.
There we
I
go.
can never remember which one of those phrases it is. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Oh man. So, and then obviously the last segment that I want to just touch base on, because I'm very curious about what you guys think about the main event, which was Drew McIntyre versus Miz and Morrison squash match. Obviously, I just want to get your thoughts about both of these gentlemen of Miz and Morrison. Miz having a Money in Bank account. Now, I'm going to ask two questions. Obviously, this question, follow-up question, so I'll go back to you, Mr. CK1.
Yeah.
Do you see the Miz cashing in that Money in Bank? Do you see him as a main event level? And since Morrison returned to WWE, what the fuck are they doing with him?
Ooh, all right. Miz has definitely cashed it in before. I think that's where we got Miz Girl, right? Was this shit?
Yeah.
He's cashing it in and like, such the great one of the most iconic photos of all time. He's cashed it in successfully at least once. I think it's more than once, but I know it's at least once. If I were to write this storyline right now, I would say the Miz goes to cash it in and Morrison turns on him, but I don't know. And he obviously prevents to cash in. It would be cool. Fuck, I don't know, man. There's so many ways I'd like to see this go. I'd like to see maybe like a triple threat for the title, and then Miz cashes it in on Morrison or something like that. Like Morrison is like the because you can do that technically. Yeah, because that's what Rollins did, was he cashed it in and pinned Roman, who didn't have the title. I think. I'm sorry, I used to smoke a lot of weed. Okay. But I don't know what direction heel and face. Like right now, they're kind of neutral. They're a comedy gimmick for sure. They're basically like Breezango 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
So Miz can stay heel, but would people cheer for Morrison if he turned on him? That's a delicate balance right there. I don't see Miz holding the title, though. I think he's done for a long time. So, if ever. So, he's definitely going to cash it in. When and where is definitely the question.
Absolutely. Mr. Steamboat, your rebuttal for that.
I gotta say, I've seen, they've said this about, whenever somebody comes back from Impact or comes back from another promotion to WWE, they're usually getting shafted. It's like, what was it, when you ask for your old job back when you worked for the competition, you're not gonna get treated well. So, with that in mind, what do you think they're thinking of doing with John Morrison, or formerly Johnny? He even put it in his name, formerly Johnny Impact.
Johnny Nitro, man.
Johnny Nitro,
Lucha Libre days, man. Go watch that footage for sure.
Johnny Mundo.
Like, what do you think they're gonna, like, with that in mind, like the writers for WWE versus, their baby boy Miz, like, up against? Who knows? This just might lead nowhere. I don't know what the Miz's history is with them. I know that he has that other show, the Miz Mrs. thing going on, and, all that other stuff. Like, I don't know if the writers love him. Does Vince like the Miz at all?
Yeah. Did you ever see the footage of him and Vince talking right before he won the title?
I don't think so.
I think it's backstage footage where Miz, because they never really. Sometimes you don't know who's gonna win the match until you're like walking out the curtain. And I think Vince pulled him aside and he goes, "Listen, kid, we're gonna go with you." And that was him saying, "You're about to win this championship." And Miz is like, "Oh shit." So Vince has faith in him for sure. Like,
maybe just based off of that alone, because Johnny Impact, formerly, like, he put it in his name just because of that. Like, anything in WWE, any kind of success just depends on how much you love Vince.
Yeah, Vince created that success. That's what he loves. He has a lot of spite for success obtained not by him.
Mm-hmm.
So, Morrison definitely deserves better soon. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting him with the Miz just to get him back on camera and get his bearings straight. But I would love to see some kind of last hurrah. I mean, like, turn Jeff Hardy heel and have him go against Morrison. Like, dude.
Yeah, get it. Let's get some classics out of him, because Morrison.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. The dude is still in phenomenal shape for being just south of 40, if not over 40.
Chris, which Tough Enough winner was John Morrison? Was he number 3 or number 4?
Morrison was the Tough Enough winner?
3.
Yeah.
Really?
3.
Oh, oh shit.
He was one of the early. He was one of the
Tough
early.
Enough, but not the pros and Joes or whatever. Not the thing with the Miz and Daniel Bryan. That was a different format, right?
Yeah, different format. This is
Okay.
This is,
Yeah. The Miz was Maven, or Tough Enough was like Maven and Gail Kim.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. That is old school, man. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was him
Morrison-
and the blonde boy John Capro forgot his name. But he's the one that ended up retiring because of he had brain aneurysm and he couldn't compete anymore. So he had a
Morrison won season 3.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 seasons.
And Matt Capitelli.
There you go, Matt Capitelli. There you go.
Oh, I know that name.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah. He retired already. All right, so
I say separate John Morrison, bring back Zach Gowen, and have a best of 3.
I wait. All right. I love it. I love it.
Google Zach Gowen. Have fun with that one, boys.
Oh my God. No, I met Zach Gowen. So
Did you? Huh.
yes.
Good.
He's a very humble person. Very.
Oh
humble.
yeah, sure. He's like a small town kid who.
He's big though. He's a heavy. He's stocky. I'll tell you that right.
Yeah.
He looks different now. All right, so let's go ahead and move on now with pro wrestling news, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and shout out congratulations to Jonathan Gresham, the Octopus, who won the Ring of Honor Pure Championship in the finals, defeating Tracy Williams. And that was a great match. It was an intense match. So if you guys have not seen it, YouTube that on the
It's
Ring
worth
of Honor
several
YouTube.
watches, especially
Yes.
with the pure format. You know, if you want it's in the name. You know, if you want pure wrestling, there you go.
Definitely. You will need to see that match. And congratulations once again to the Octopus. Kudos to you. And can't wait what the future holds with that pure title. Will be next. So we're looking forward for that. So just keep on staying tuned, tuning into Ring of Honor. And also an unexpected retirement, which was from Kylie Ray retiring, announced on her social media platform that she's no longer a professional wrestler. This is days before, when Bound for Glory happened, that she just announced it unexpectedly. A lot of the past have been happening because of bullying, social media bullying, and just all that shit has been going around. And obviously, we discussed it here in our archives. We do not tolerate it. We're against it. We're anti-bully about it. And it's unfortunate, for her career to end so quick. She at her prime, and I'm hoping that she, gets mental health and just get everything together. And we support you, Kylie.
Yeah.
And definitely, we here on Circle Debate do not tolerate no bullying at all. We don't tolerate it, not even social media, none of that shit.
It's unfortunate because we've seen, and I don't want to bum everybody out, and Matt, you might want to help me on the name here, but the young lady in Japan who just went through this and it did not.
Hana Kimura, who was on Terrace House, and Kenny Omega actually wore the shirt.
She was a big fan.
Yeah,
it just doesn't need to happen. Like, why? Like the shield of Keyboard Warrior. Just because we have so many miles between us doesn't mean we're different, Yep. Like, anything you type can affect anyone, and just because they don't know your name or can't see your face doesn't mean it hurts any less.
Yeah.
Chris, with the callback to Hana Kimura, it was actually revealed with that was actually, even the incident that everybody was mad at her over was a staged moment from the reality show that was revealed through Hana's mother, Kyoko. There was like the whole incident was staged. And it wasn't revealed until like months later. Like, the staff was telling me to hit him and stuff like that. So
it's still not an excuse for people to.
Yeah, of course.
I know you weren't trying to come up with one at all. It's just this culture you can't censor it, you can't stop it, and we all know that we can't be naive in assuming that it's ever going to stop. It's not. It's just not going to stop. So. Like, look for help. Don't be shy about it. Like, don't keep these DMs to yourself if they affect you in a way that you can't handle. Like, talk to anybody just to get over it. Like, there's options for sure. I know you can say just ignore it, but that's not how mental health works, So I'm glad that she's making a decision that's right for her mind and her body, and I hope she can find happiness in whatever her career path is.
Definitely 100%.
We're going to go deep on that one because it's something that means a lot to me. So let's.
Definitely. It means a lot to me too because I have been through that myself personally. I discussed it in archives before, so definitely that's a very understanding one. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on now. We forgot to mention, obviously, about Papa Vinny having his own Netflix. We did not cover that last week. But I just wanted to, what intrigued me was Stephanie, like, I can't protect my dad. I'm very scared of his documentary. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm hearing that it's Bill Simmons who's going to be producing this documentary about Papa Vinny. And I heard it's the most expensive one of all time. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
How expensive does a documentary need to be? It's just a Super 8 camera. And you walk around.
Exactly. I think that's what we're going to do, just walk around and film him doing decisions, filming him being mad.
Maybe eating that same turkey sandwich he always eats. Yeah, just
or burritos. Right. What was the thing about the burrito? Like, don't eat burritos around Vince. That's a thing. That's a real thing.
That is a real thing. He doesn't like the smell of it.
Yeah, I think Luke Harper even touched. No. I'm sorry, Exalted One, Mr. Brody Lee. Even touched upon this in the earlier New Order, yeah, Dark Order segment.
And they were like no sneezing,
yeah. They really got him. They got him good, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Anyways. I'm looking forward to see that. I'm looking forward to see it, and we'll see how this documentary turns out. And then I want to go ahead and move on actually as well. That in regards for the social media platforms being from the superstars of WWE being suspended. Obviously, Paige was not happy about it as well. I know this was just not that long ago that it occurred, but I was reading more into it, and I guess they were really trying to fight this. One more chance to Papa Vinny. Come on, man. We need this. We need this freaking social media platform. It's for our mental health. For, obviously, you're on the road every day. You're at home, and then, you got to go on the road as well, and then obviously for expenses. So, but Papa Vinny, he cut shit now, damn it. So he said no. So, and it's unfortunate that everybody's Twitch and other third-party social media platforms that they use are suspended. And I don't know, they need to figure this shit out. Papa Vinny, you and your dumbass HR need to fucking figure something out, because it's just unfair for these self-independent contractors. It's really unfair. I understand that you try to tweak it by adding, well, if you're going to be with them, pal, you're going to give us some money too. Like, what? No. It's ridiculous. That needs to be your thoughts about it.
There's a fine line between what they're doing and what makes sense, and I know what they're sorry, let me just catch my thoughts real quick. What makes sense to me, obviously, is there are character names that are trademarked to Titan. Undertaker is registered to Titan. Shawn Michaels, names, non-birth names that were given to you. So if you were to go outside of the company and use that for your own personal marketing, obviously that makes sense if they have the legal right to prevent you from doing that. But I think they're overreaching when they're doing stuff like that. Like, I know I watch Up, Down, Down with Xavier Woods. I know he goes by his real name, Austin Creed, on there. Hands off, bro. If he's not wearing WWE merchandise or selling WWE merchandise, then I think as an independent contractor, he is contracting himself independently outside of the realm of Titan Sports. That's just where it lies. Like, I don't know the details of what is and isn't considered their property besides what I had just mentioned. Mm-hmm. But that's how that makes sense to me. It's just go outside your job, do another job. Unless you have a clause of some kind where you can't do that for any reason, that would make you an employee, and they are definitely not employees.
Yeah. I mean, this is also the issue with like Uber and everything. It just comes down to this: either pay them as much as you pay an employee.
No, I don't want to make less money, bro.
Yeah,
if you want to go down that rabbit hole, when I do Lyft outside of quarantine, I make so much more than minimum wage in half the amount of time of a full-time job. So I like my job the way it is, for the record.
There you go.
And the other half is, if they're going to be independent contractors, let them have the freedom to actually, do more.
Yeah, under their own name, under their own banner. Obviously, nothing trademarked, nothing registered. Totally seems fair and absolutely legal to me, but I'm just a Lyft driver. I'm not a lawyer.
Professional wrestler.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
But to segue into that same exact subject, but a positive note, and I can talk about this. Miss One Zelina Vega did just open an OnlyFans. She is doing cosplay only. It explicitly says, and I don't have her account up, but I have the article. No nudes, read bio for prices on personalized photo sets. Everything is non-refundable. It is at Megan Minks, so she's not using the Zelina Vega title. Obviously, that's probably property of WWE. But this is what we were just talking about. Third party, outside the business, independent contracting with her own income. Obviously, OnlyFans is going to take a percentage of that. But hopefully WWE keeps their grubby hands away because that's
Actually,
business.
I actually just remembered that Enzo Amore has an OnlyFans.
I actually just wanted you to never remind me of that ever again. How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
That's the first thing you get when you start.
How you doing?
Just for 20 minutes, just that.
A couple of haters? Couple of haters?
A couple of haters.
God, actually, you straight up, dude, I missed that guy before he went that crazy, dude. That was the bad dude. Anyways, I don't want to reminisce about 2017 NXT. Let's move on.
No, let's move on. So, then with the news as well, WWE announcing they're staying on the Thunderdome until February, but they're planning to just do something for the Royal Rumble. They really are pushing for fans to be in attendance. So we don't know what details exactly are their intentions or how they're going to actually manipulate of having, fans in attendance in the Thunderdome or either out of the Thunderdome. But it's really, really weird of how they're going to do it. So if you believe this is a great idea, or should they just continue without having no fans in attendance, or have limited fans in attendance in their own bubble? What are your thoughts, Mr. Steamboat? What do you think they should do?
I think I've said this before in the archives, but you should really combine both ideas. That's why I sent you that clip earlier today of AAA.
Yes.
So that clip of AAA, Lucha Libre, they're doing the drive-in wrestling events now with all the cars in attendance. So I guess the way to maximize space without compromising things with the quarantine and the pandemic, really have all the cars combine both Thunderdome with drive-in at the same time. And then if you want to maximize it further and maybe do an exotic location, maybe if you don't want to be out of country, Hawaii. Well, like I said, Hawaii, drive-in, Thunderdome. All three of those things. What's up, Chris?
It's so expensive to get there.
Yeah, but Vince has the money.
Hard enough not to waste it unless he's getting paid by the King of Jordan or Saudi.
Vince has more money. Like you use just a quarter of your $1 billion. I'm pretty sure it's less than $100 million.
$100 million.
I'm saying 500 million.
Maybe more than 500 million.
Maybe 500,000 at the most.
No, $1 billion is a lot bigger number than people realize. It's pretty absurd.
No, yeah, I was saying the price of that event though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that like at the very that's nowhere near $1 million just to hold that event.
Yeah.
Maybe in the hundreds of thousands would make sense, but no.
Right.
And that's nothing to Vince. It's like,
well,
I'm pretty sure Saudi Arabia costs them way more than that.
Yeah, they get paid to go there though, for sure.
Yeah.
I thought the contract with the Thunderdome was coming up soon, and they were going to go back on the road, and there was a whole controversy about wrestlers not wanting to do that, and I don't know if that's still in the works or not.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I know is I don't think it's full gear. It might be, but soon. AEW is at least opening the doors to a maximum 1,000 people fan event. So I think WWE needs to chill out a little bit, see how AEW does it, like they've been doing, which is kind of smart, and follow that protocol at a venue that is big enough to house fans with the social distancing protocols in effect. I'm sure the Thunderdome is a full-size arena and can totally do that.
Yeah, it's the Amway Arena in Florida.
Yeah, it's for sure. That's a full-size arena, most definitely. And then they have to make sure that those 1,000 people can make the revenue back also to rent out that facility, because I think everybody on those screens that are in the audience, they have to pay, right? Like it's like $10 or something like that. I don't know what the.
I'm not quite sure.
I've never even tried to be in the universe for the screen arenas. I don't know how they get on there.
Yeah, I have no idea either. And I Don't even know, to be honest. That one I do not know.
Yeah, if
But,
it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense, and that's
There you go.
It
You
doesn't
know.
make sense.
so.
But,
I don't care about the money. Just be safe. You know, AEW's got a pretty solid track record of no or minimal outbreaks. We talked about this last week.
yes.
WWE needs to just learn a thing or two from how they handle things, especially since they're talking about either going on the road or opening up one event for fans.
Yeah. And not only that, the major concern, how you said, was a superstar, especially if it's a Royal Rumble. You're having a women's and a men. You're talking about over 60 people who are going to be in the same venue at the same time. I don't know how they're going to flex with that. And then also including, fans in attendance, it's going to make more, very difficult for the stars themselves to even want to go ahead and compete in the Rumble in the first place, or unless they try to minimize it and change the rule. That we don't even know what details are as of yet either. So there's a lot of factors to it. So we will have to just wait and see until further more announcement.
Can we rename the Royal Rumble to the least socially distanced match of all time? There's going to be 30 people within 6 centimeters.
Social Rumble.
The social rumble.
Social Rumble.
The COVID clash.
The COVID.
We're gonna have to. They gotta put them on Galapagos Island or something, or Easter Island. That would work.
I mean, Costa Rica has a beach. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight Island.
Fight Island. That's Dubai. So
They can do that.
Royal Rumble on an oil tanker in the middle of the ocean.
I like
That way it'll take more than 14 days to get back to shore.
That is very Sylvester Stallone. I like that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And now with the last pro wrestling news, I want to go ahead and talk about this one. We're speaking about self-independent contractors. Great, huge announcement for those self-independent contractors that don't have medical, dental, vision. Now, a nonprofit organization was launched on November 1st, and the name of this nonprofit is called Wrestle Connects. And this nonprofit organization is basically it's to seek medical, for medical insurance for self-independent contractors only within the professional wrestling industry, with the subcontractors. And I'm really happy for this nonprofit organization to begin something like this for the self-independent contractor. That how Ricky Gibson said, shout out Mr. the Rock God.
Rock God, man.
That's right, Rock. Oh,
great match at United Wrestling just about a week ago.
That's right. That's right. And then this is led by Gloria Lavelle. She's the one who's providing all this information, and with other obviously board members helping her to create this nonprofit organization. And she already has 5 ambassadors who's pretty much intrigued by this, and they're putting their 2 cents as well. And these are former wrestlers themselves, former legends, J.J. Dillon's, Sergeant Slaughter, Rocky Robin Smith,
head of security right there.
Yeah, Melissa Anderson, and of course our own brother, the boss himself, who provides SoCal wrestling here in Southern California, and that is Mr. David Marquez.
Yes,
5 great ambassadors to actually go ahead and do online seminars to every self-independent contractor out there. So this began on November the 1st, but stay tuned. I will put the description below on the WrestleConnects.com. I will put the website, the link below, to get more further detail, more information on their online seminars for you self-independent contractors who needs medical, dental, vision, and financial help. And I will really look into this and read more information. And once again, congratulations to Gloria Lavelle for go ahead and actually creating this nonprofit organization. And I'm very happy for all of these self-independent contractors. Do you guys agree? What do you guys feel about it? Do you guys feel it was?
No reason to disagree with that one, man. Like, it's one move shy of a union with the interest of the performer in mind. I know a lot of times if they're injured, they may have to foot that bill. If I'm wrong, obviously leave a comment down below. At least in the indie scene, for sure, that's the case. So the wear and tear is all out of pocket. Insurance is out of pocket. And having that umbrella over your head to know that your occupation now, I mean, hopefully, eventually, will have something to do with taking care of you is a step in the right direction.
Definitely.
I gotta say, Jesse Ventura's wanted them to unionize to a certain point since the '80s, you know, and you know it's something I've wanted to see happen too. Unions are a very important part for anybody in any field. You know, it's the main protector. You know, much love to all the unions.
Definitely. I mean, we might see that it's happening little by little. It's just like how we discuss it in archives as well. It's very difficult to have a unionized organization's territories because of the evil. But you know, that'll be another subject we'll talk about later on. So I want to get into the United Wrestling. Huh?
It's another list.
You know, United Wrestling Network, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys missed it this past Tuesday, make sure you tune in on Fight TV every Tuesday on Fight TV, 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern. Make sure subscribe to Fight TV and other social media platforms. They provide the greatest, phenomenal matches that we saw this past week on the United Wrestling Championship bracket. Who made it to the Final Four? So, you know, basically we had Fred Roser, you know, winning by DQ against Eric Rowan, you know, a.k.a. Eric Rowan, knowing now as Eric Redbeard. Very, very good, awesome match. Also, Sean Davari making his, you know, his debut on primetime live TV, defeating Rocky Romero. That shocked me. I was like, what? You beat Rocky Romero clean. That was a phenomenal match. Make sure you guys. Yeah, and I love it. For his age, his physique is, you got to give it to him. And also the debut of Leo Rush, you know, debuting against Fidel Bravo. Great, phenomenal match as well for Leo Rush. And also on the other, my apologies, Mr. Mike Bennett advancing to the Final Four.
Yeah, dude. I am stoked on seeing the Bennetts back on TV in a hopefully utilized the way they deserve. I mean, that's a whole different list right there of people that are just
yeah, definitely
they're out of the big circus tent and on to hopefully some greatness.
Oh yeah, definitely. And another powerhouse women's, you know, match between Heather Monroe and Miranda Alice. That was a great match. Make sure you guys also tune in to watch the replay on Fight TV. And coming up next week for that, you know, for the Final Four championship bracket, obviously we're gonna have Fred Roser. He will go ahead and compete on Mike Bennett and Sean Davari. So I'm looking forward to see all these, you know, gentlemen go ahead and competing on. And also Chris Dickerson is on the Final Four. Looking forward for that. And our boys, that's right, 4 Minutes of Heat will be competing next Tuesday. Make sure you tune in. That's right.
Let's see more of that power ballad.
More of the power ballad, you know, versus the Real Money, you know, the Real Money Brothers. And also we have Lacey Ryan versus the Vipers. And also we have the NWA Tag Team Championship on the line. You have Eli Drake and James Storm defending the titles against Aaron Stevens and the Question Mark. So stay tuned. Make sure you watch that on Fight TV next week. And also now let's go ahead and jump on to New Japan. New Japan now, we have Power Struggle, which will be coming up within the next 24 hours. You will see that. It starts at midnight our time here in the States. So make sure you guys tune in.
Like an 11-hour time difference, something like that. 11.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. As we have Naito defending the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental versus Evo. Well, Ibushi versus Jay White. The winner of that will be the #1 contender for that. You know, that's the G1 Cup is on the line for that. Also, you have Kenta, you know, putting his U.S. Championship #1 contendership on the line against Tanahashi. We have Suzuki defending the #1 openweight championship against Shingo Takagi. You have Okada versus Great Okan. And you have Yano defending his Kings of Pro Wrestling against Zack Sabre Jr. with no pads in the corners. So that's very interesting that New Japan is doing these type of, for the first time, I'd be doing these type of gimmick matches. You know, they're really professional and serious about their shit. So, you know, Mr. Steamboat, your thoughts about this Power Struggle card? What do you see the outcome of this one?
I wonder if that no pads in the corner thing is just specifically to get juice.
Yes.
That match is there. So I mean, I don't think I've caught a whole lot of Zack Sabre Jr. bleeding. You know, I gotta look up more of his arsenal. I love watching him wrestle, though. You know, just always seeing somebody like pure. Like I love what, like, you know, I think I love, my favorite Zack Sabre Jr. quote is, doing a technical wrestling match for Western audiences is like playing Mozart for a dog. For American audiences, I think he said. And I still kind of crack up at that. It's a very patrician wrestling, you know. Great, good, true patrician wrestling. This is what I'll call Zack Sabre Jr. But it's a pretty exciting card. Some of these matches we have already seen, so we could just possibly see like a different side of these guys. Maybe a more violent and aggressive Kota Ibushi, like getting back his loss to Jay White from Wrestle Kingdom. And then, you know, because he beat him at last year's G1. So, and then Tetsuya Naito versus Evil, you know, I guess this is their rematch. This is like their third match. They're having their trilogy. So, like, they got to try something completely different with this too. So, we'll see how it goes. Osaka over in Kansai-ban, over in the Kansai region of Osaka.
Yes.
So,
it should be good. It should be a good crowd audience, and I see that it's going to be a spectacular event. I'm looking forward to see Shingo, you know, versus Suzuki. I'm looking forward to that match. Obviously, this is the rematch, so I cannot wait to see this one because these two guys are fucking heavy hitters, man. Even Suzuki for his age.
You rarely do that.
Yeah.
That means you're into it.
Oh, definitely. Oh man. Dude, the last one they had when Suzuki won the never open weight championship from Shingo, that was a hard-hitting match. And Matt will tell you, it's shit. It was incredible.
Violent.
I'm hoping that they steal the show on this one. I hope they do. That's what I'm looking forward to. And also the announcement, ladies and gentlemen, we had the announcement of the best of the Super Junior Cup. This is number 27. Normally, there's 20 participants in this tournament, but there's only 10 because of the whole COVID-related issues. People cannot travel, you know, because it's not only just all, you know, Yoshi wrestlers or any other Japanese independent wrestler. Obviously, it's all over the world. So they announced already the 10 competitors that will be competing in this tournament, which we have Tachi Ishimori, and we have El Desperado. We have Kanemaru, which I'm very concerned about him because he just got injured recently. So I'm hoping he's okay and he's able to compete on that. And also we have Hiromu, of course, your favorite, my favorite, and Taiguchi, Master Waito, Sho, Robbie Eagles, Bushi, and Doku. So what do you expect on this, you know, in this tournament right here, Mr. Steamboat? Obviously, I'm surprised that Will Ospreay is not competing because he was, I believe he was the last year's winner. Am I correct?
He really wants to move out of like he just wants to stick to like heavyweight singles now, being the bigger size that he is, you know. And especially, you know, just recently Ospreay just did that promo. I'm Slick Willie with the big Willie. I'm like, and now he's gonna put out a new merch shirt with a giant eggplant on it.
I love it.
I'm not kidding.
Emoji eggplant.
Yeah, he's gonna. Well, that's Will Ospreay's new merch is gonna be that, and I really wouldn't be surprised to see it in a lot of places. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. In fact, I'm gonna buy one of those too, just for the hell of it. Slick Willie with the big Willie, or Slick Will with the big Willie? I don't know, something crazy. And then like even Bea Priestley, they've got their own like inside joke. Because she, like, it's like, you know, your couple's nicknames and whatnot. She calls him Sex Pig. And now she's carrying a pig a little stuffed pig with her to the ring now. You know? So his transition to that singles heel, you know, is pretty, I mean, it's pretty exciting. You know, It makes me want to go back and watch, like, some of Steve Austin. Like, this reminded me of some of Steve Austin's time in New Japan. And I kind of want to watch some of that, too. Just to see it compare and contrast.
Yeah.
Definitely. So who do you feel like is going to win this tournament?
You know, Robbie Eagles and whoever he's paired with. And, you know, on the babyface end of the coin, because they're going to want some things. Who else was in it? It was...
Well, it's Robbie Eagles, Bushi, Doku, Sho, Master Waito, Taiguchi, Hiromu, Taji Ishimori, El Desperado, and Kanemaru.
You know, Kanemaru and El Desperado are just somewhere like they haven't, because they're in Suzuki-gun and they're just kind of, you know, I haven't really seen them get pushed. Hiromu was kind of like, they're like, as of recently, he's getting pushed a lot. So we're going to see a lot of Hiromu in this picture, you know, especially, you know, because they want to put as much juice behind him as possible, you know, with the matches he's been involved with.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with this one, Taguchi or Robbie Eagles, one of them, because I think it's about time that Taguchi gets something, and I've been wanting for him to get out of that junior heavyweight for a long time.
Taguchi's amazing.
But he's an amazing athlete. I love it, and I think he deserves to win it this year. Why not? I think either him or Robbie Eagles will be a great finals match between both of these. I can't wait to see that if that does happen. I mean, I'm going to be wrong. I mean, I'm all about LIJ, you know, but you know, something different for once, you know. And like you said, what about Desperado maybe, or what about Doku?
I mean, Taguchi Japan is probably like one of the most non-talked about. Like they don't really count them as a faction these days.
Yeah,
but it'd be cool to see them as a resurgence because like Ibushi and Tanahashi are practically members of Taguchi Japan. Like that's like the other babyface faction that people don't talk about out of the other ones. So to see him rise up would be cool. Just make that faction and Taguchi himself more valid.
Oh, definitely.
Come on, Mr. The soccer coach, you gotta
definitely. So make sure you guys tune in for that as the Best of Super Juniors 27 begins, along with the World Tag League, which they haven't announced the tag teams who are competing on that. It starts on November the 15th, runs all the way to December 11th. So we'll keep you up the updates on the tournament as well as World Tag League as well, who's going to be competing. And the other announcement for New Japan Strong here in the U.S., which we have the Super J Cup. So I'm amazed, and I have a feeling that Mr. Marquez, if you're watching, you have something to do with this because you're a great mind, and I love you for that very much. Man, you bring these. This is now the first time we see New Japan now with the relationship with Impact. You have a relationship with Ring of Honor still. You have now open relationship with Game Changer Wrestling. And it's amazing these competitors are in it. You know, you have last year's winner, El Fantasmo. He's in it. We have the young lion, Clark Connors. He's in it. You have Blake Christian from Game Changer Wrestling. Chris Bay from Impact. TJP, ACH, Ray Otis, and then Leo Rush making his debut for New Japan. So this is going to be an amazing 8-man tournament, one night only on December 12th. I'm looking forward for this tournament. If one night only, all these matches in one night, who do you see is going to take this tournament?
You go first, Mr. Cabron.
So, of course.
I mean, I have my theories. I can contribute to this conversation. I have some theories.
Yes, he can.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Chris, we actually have to have a quick shout out to our boy Talk. You know, he actually was.
Oh yeah, dude. What's up, Quietude? How you guys doing?
Yes, to the members of Quietude.
Is he announcing? Is he announcing for this? We
don't know because he did. I only found out on Twitter. So Ivan, if you didn't know, a former bandmate of Chris's actually is a ring announcer for
Japan.
For New Japan.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't actually. Now that we can get him on a quick podcast to talk about that, actually, dude.
Yes. Let's actually get Talk on here. Right.
Yeah, dude. I can do that. I'll talk to him tonight.
Why not?
Yeah, let's talk to him tonight. Last time I saw him at a concert, he was wearing a Bullet Club jacket, and I know where his loyalties lay. You know, it was at the Night Versus concert at 1720 venue when I saw. So, Talk, if you're watching, you know, Tak Shibata, a friend of ours, Takuro Tom Shibata is the announcer for that. But that aside,
old school Black Crystal member right there, man.
Yes, and I actually I'm the one who put Chris in that band. So awesome. Shout out to you, Talk. Yeah, I'm like the commissioner. But much love to that. So the people I see in that tournament, Blake Christian and TJP are probably the two I'm most excited to see just on spots alone. Those two have probably the most interesting move sets I've ever seen. I probably have reposted both TJP and Blake Christian like the most in this, like on Twitter. I'm like, what? It's like a finger four and a sharpshooter TJP is doing at the same time. I've never seen that. Or Blake Christian, he's got like a side flipping splash.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's got, those two are magical. Like, even if those two don't win, I want to see those two go far in this tournament, just to get as much out of them as you can. You know, either of those two in the finals, I'm excited. And then Leo Rush, of course, he's coming off all that WWE fame. You know, I'm not as familiar with his move set, but you know, I'm also excited to see what he's got in this contest, working with the New Japan style and all the Impact people in addition, you know, and Ring of Honor.
Definitely.
But Chris, back to you. Let me bounce it back to you.
Yeah, no worries, man. I don't know if the brackets of this have been released yet, right? They just have
Not yet.
Just participants. Awesome. Okay, cool. So the smart move is to somehow anywhere in this, and hopefully it's the finals. I'm calling it. It has to be the finals. It's got to be TJP and Leo Rush.
Woo! You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
There's
There's
just no way. I mean, with all due respect to every other athlete on there, that's what I want to see in the finals because I want to see that match now. That's a banger right there. I think this tournament's going to help elevate everyone else on there who are not Leo Rush and TJP. But those two boys in a finals match is going to very predictably steal the show on any TV show, any of the major brands that's stealing the show. It's unfortunate that, the world didn't get too familiar with them on that 205 Live. I watched that show, but I think it was just me.
Jerry was on
No, I watched it too.
I know. It was the smarts definitely watched it for sure. It's
Jerry's on there, baby.
I don't even. Is it still? I hate to ask this. It's still airing,
It's still
right?
on. It's still on.
That's good. I appreciate
On the WWE Network, $9.99. Don't forget.
First time subscribers, whatever. But yeah, if it's not going to be TJP or Leo Rush together, it's going to be at least one of them against Phantasmo. For many reasons, I think that him coming over from Japan is going to make a lot of sense when you see what he can do, at least in the quarterfinals.
Like, why go through all the trouble if he's going to job? I mean, come on.
We've seen that before in other companies. I've seen.
Especially during a pandemic. I mean, come on.
But this match is going to be, but overall, DC can.
Every single match on here is going to be an independent 3.5 star at minimum. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
okay, fuck your stars, Meltzer. Fuck your stars.
Our stars are a little more realistic, and we need to change from stars to something else.
Matt, you said it right. What was it?
What was it like? Thumb, middle fingers.
Thumb? No. You said it from
instead of stars, which we use.
What was it? I forgot.
I don't think I was here for that one.
Apples. I don't know.
I gotta look at the archives.
Chicken legs.
We'll come up with something.
We'll come up with something for that. But fuck your fucking stars, Steve Meltzer.
Since we're both kind of like have our money on TJP, apologize for another shout out right away. Shout out to TJP's PR manager, Mary, over in Manila, Philippines. Hello, Mary. This is to you. Much love. She's on the Live It streaming app. So, Mary, we're talking about your boy. So,
definitely. I mean, all right, you guys. So you say TJP and Leo Rush in the finals?
Yeah, I don't know who either one of those winning is going to get eyes on the company, and that's what I want. I want more people to have a reason to tune into that company and grow organically by using top tier talent like they are.
I want to see in the finals. You know what? I would go with. I actually want to see Blake Christian and Leo Rush. That I would like to see.
Ooh.
That one because, like how Matt said, he's very impressive in the ring. Blake Christian is phenomenal in the ring, and he has great different, these type of psychology of wrestling.
Most, like in terms of just spots alone, if he's been the most retweeted just based on those short videos of him doing certain moves. Because, like, I just watched them like 5 or 10 times in a row. I was like,
Yeah.
It's like, who even thinks about that?
Yeah.
Blake Christian.
Blake Christian.
Of course.
Definitely. But I'm looking forward to see, as well, Clark Connors as well, that Ray Rosas has mentioned before in the interview in the archives. He's an upcoming young lion, and I'm hoping that he will do well in the tournament as well. The one I have respect for now, because he kind of gave his excuse away. I mean, he kind of buried the hatchet, was ACH. If you guys recall, he kind of buried the whole pro wrestling industry scene, and now he redeemed himself. He got forgiven by all the fans, and even by me. I was a fan of yours, but when you kind of gave me the middle finger, bro, like, yeah, well, fuck you too then, but I was forgiven. So now that you clear your mindset up, your mental health is not correct. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the tournament as well. He's been doing great so far in Stongsboro. So I'm looking forward. This is going to be a very awesome tournament on December 12th. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned on December 12th on New Japan. Make sure you follow them on NewJapanWorld.com. Make sure to tune in. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and discuss what's happening with the Wednesday Night Wars. Who won it this time during the election times? And we'll also discuss our predictions of AEW Full Gear coming up within the next 24 hours. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen with that. So watch these commercials. Don't forget, shop at the Wrestling Guys store. Make sure you guys do.
Off.
If you mention the CK1 himself, Chris Kennedy, you mentioned my name, the Devious One, Ivan C. You mentioned MGC, Matthew Steamboat. You mentioned Carbonation Cabron. Nah, don't mention that because he probably won't know that.
In Huntington Park? You're calling a guy – you're calling somebody a cabron in Huntington Park.
That could be anybody.
That could be anybody, bro. If you mention us or even the American Hero Mike Lopez or Reputation Killer Josh Bear Horton, you'll get 10% off of your pro wrestling merchandise you buy from there. 10% off. So make sure you tune in. And also don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, as well, when you watch the commercial break, an update on the Generation Championship Wrestling Diamond Cup update, new date due to COVID-related issues. And also as well with the same with Shao Guerrero's appearance at the Wrestling Guys store because of that, more details on that. But watch the commercial. We'll be right back after these messages from our following sponsors. Oh, come on, AJ. Come on, Andrade. Oh, shit, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you back for tuning in. Yes, I'm sorry. See, make sure you purchase your pro wrestling merchandise at the Wrestling Guy store. I purchased my action figures from there as well. So, I'm sorry, man. Even though for my age 37, I love toys. I just love toys.
Hey man, we all have a pro wrestling podcast. Ain't no shame in that game.
There ain't no shame at all. There ain't no shame. What age is only a number. You're still a kid at heart.
Tell that to Murphy.
I mean,
Dude.
if we look at it this way, to keep it simple, toys and jewelry.
Action figures.
Yeah, action figures and jewelry is basically like the same thing. You value it the same way. They increase in value. The better condition you keep them in. In reality, diamonds are actually not worth that much. It's just the market that drives it up. So you're just as good collecting and selling toys as you are selling diamonds. So if you sell diamonds, you got no right to diss people who love toys and action figures and whatever.
You heard it. If not, he'll bring you the American Hero. You heard it here first. If not, you're here for the Great American Hero, Mike Lopez, giving you the
you crack that soldier boy. That's what's gonna be. I showed you that video.
Oh my god, I fucking love it.
I see Hulk Hogan. We need to get him to do the
podcast. Oh my god.
They even edited the video to use Soldier Boy's "you" when he's like wrestling The Rock.
I love it. But let's go ahead and start it off now with the Wednesday Night Wars, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, this week's ratings was not that great for both of these organizations because of the whole election situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you had NXT was 610,000 viewers, and AEW won. Now they won, and which was 717,000 viewers. The demographics was not really much up there for both of these shows because of the elections. But, I mean, so far, both of these bring up phenomenal shows that I love in entirety for these two. So let's start off with NXT. NXT, the great opening match between Dakota Kai and Ember Moon. Ember Moon loses to Dakota Kai, first loss in NXT since her return. You think that was a great move, Mr. CK1, that she lost against Dakota Kai, or should this match should have been no contest at all to continue the feud because
damn. It shouldn't have been a no contest, but she shouldn't have lost because she just came out and challenged Toni Storm, and Toni Storm just came out and challenged for the title. So this immediately takes Ember out of the title picture, puts Dakota Kai in there, and that might have been why they did it. But why would they have Ember's return in the the motorcycle helmet mystery come out and have that whole angle with Toni Storm just to have her lose? Like they immediately returned. The mystery opponent challenges to a challenger for the title, and then just loses to Dakota Kai, who deserves to be a main card lady in the division. I just think it was weird that they did it like that.
Yeah, I agreed. I agree 100%.
Yeah, like Ember should have beaten someone maybe lesser on the roster than Dakota, maybe Shotzi, and proved that she deserves to have a match with Toni, and then winner of that gets Rhea. That would have been the move right there. The Dakota goes on to feud with, I don't know, someone equal to the main main event status. Yeah, it was a weird burial, I think.
Yeah. Steamboat, do you agree with that?
It's yeah. You gotta go with the inconclusive result. To drag things out a little bit more. They could spin. I mean, then again, this is the WWE, so they could spin it. They could spin it out on us and just be like, "Oh, it's a three-way, by the way. No explanation. It's a three-way match." Like,
right.
There you go.
Yeah, right. And they could have done a tournament or anything. One thing that I just wanted to go ahead and mention this. I know this is not on the subject on this one, but where the hell is Chelsea Green? Where the hell is Mercedes Martinez involved?
I know where Chelsea Green is. She's on a beach with hold on. Who was it? I got it right here.
Chris is pulling up a satellite video camera.
Yeah. No, I'm on her weekend. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. Oh God, it's right here. I got it right here. It is.
Chris got drones.
Oh, come on. Where did it go? Oh, someone just sent me a picture. I forgot who. She was hanging out with somebody.
Oh, Diana Purrazzo.
Was it EC3? No.
No, with Matt Cardona.
Was it?
I mean, that's her man. That's her fiance.
Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah.
That's her fiance. So, I mean.
That's where she's at.
Yeah. Woo.
Well, considering he has to be on the indie scene and he has to quarantine and they're together and she have to quarantine with him. So that might have something to do with it.
Maybe
I wasn't trying to start like a rumor or anything like that. I was directly trying to connect, quarantine to her beau, who is an indie wrestler. So that would probably pull her off TV.
Long Island.
Long Island IC, that's right. So, I mean, yeah, I definitely agree. There should have been a no contest, first of all. If they're going to go ahead and continue with this feud, they should have go ahead and made it a no contest, continue with it. Maybe, I don't know, they're going to have a takeover before Survivor Series coming up in a couple of weeks. I don't know. I don't know what's the idea what Paul Levesque did on this one, but we'll have to wait to see. That's a very bad way to bury Evan Broom, just barely coming back. You make her win her first match, and now she lost her second. What's up with that? What's up with that? Exactly. And then also we have for the next match, Kushida's push. I'm loving right now. Very, man, I like this ruthless aggression that he's taking out. Love it. Defeating Cameron Grimes. I really feel sorry for Cameron Grimes because he's at least another favorite of mine I like in the independent scenes. And unfortunately, he was still stuck from last week's Halloween Havoc, starstruck about zombies, and he was on the referee, and that came in, and he was just I don't know, we're shocked, and then he tapped out of the Fujiwara bar, and I don't know if this is a burial for Cameron Grimes as well. I don't know what the hell's going on this one. So I'll ask you, Mr. Steamboat, how do you feel about Kushida's push so far and Cameron Grimes' push? What do you see?
I gotta say, like Kushida, longtime veteran. It's kind of cool to see crowd, or what we hear of the crowd, the simulated crowd, and the people that are there, get behind Kushida and get excited about him. As far as Cameron Grimes is concerned, he's interesting. So, not too much to say about that, says Forrest Gump. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Mr. CK1, your thoughts about that?
I like this for Cameron Grimes a lot because it's kind of original and there's so many possibilities, and it can be a story that can be told over, I mean, maybe not a couple of months, but a couple of weeks. I kind of like that he's seeing things gimmick because we're so used to something supernatural like The Fiend or The Undertaker or the Boogeyman. But why not have it be someone who thinks supernatural things are real when no one else does? You know, it's kind of a throwback to Al Snow, who would legitimately talk to Head, or Little Jimmy. You know, people love Little Jimmy. Little Jimmy's one of the best characters that never existed. This is very similar to that, but I think they can play it safe and take it. It'll be kind of a comedy angle, but kind of serious at the same time.
It's not to the level of Sean Stasiak. If that may seem crazy-act.
Yeah. I love that. There's so many possibilities you could write with this if done right, where he see things backstage. You can have a losing streak work for somebody. Yeah. And I think this might be that for him. And eventually he might just have to have a match against the Zombie. And was it Joey who had that? It was. He had that match against the Invisible Opponent.
Yes.
That was Cornette hates that. It's such a good match because he shut up and enjoy the show.
Yeah, you know how he is. He's a modern time, old school wrestler.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Cameron Grimes, and I think this will just be a lot of cool possibilities, man. There's so many things you can do in the ring with this. You can see him fighting a zombie and then get a surprise roll up, or you can see him like hitting the cave in on the zombie and like thinking he's winning the match. Like, dude, so many. And it's all attributed to mental illness, essentially. And I'm not to make light of that situation,
right?
But I mean, it's very split. Where he could start talking to himself. I just want to see where it goes before I have a final decision.
Right. No, I absolutely agree. I mean, especially with the whole.
I'm very excited about that. I've been waiting to talk about that since last night.
There we go.
I love it because you're absolutely right. It does kind of remind you of. I'm gonna go old school, like Kamala Undertaker feud, long time ago. Will Kamala be scared of the Undertaker? Yeah. Who else was scared of the Undertaker back then? There's so many that were actually that fear him, and because of that, that eerie type of character. And Loomis, I mean, Dexter Loomis, I love it. I love what his character. I know people like fuck you, Alvarez. You hate it, but you're a dumb piece of shit. You don't know your shit, but.
And now I don't want to interrupt real quick before I forget this subject that just popped into my head. Where's Cameron Grimes build from? Is he from like the Bayou or something? Let me see where the character is supposed to be from.
I was so tempted to stay up your ass and around the corner. That's what my best friend used to say. I was like, where's he from? That would
hurt a lot. Oh, that's right, North Carolina. Okay, so I think they built him from North Carolina too. I was thinking they might be able to go like a voodoo route where he gets into having to like do exorcisms and like, kind of do that whole Baron Samedi thing where he has to
where he keeps coming back to life.
Yeah. He kills a zombie, comes back to life, and he has to start doing like exorcisms on it. Like, I want to write this angle. It's perfect for me.
Give us a call, Benny, Paul Levesque, Tony Khan. Give us a call. Se habla español, inglés, Filipino, Korean, Indio.
안녕하세요.
There you go. Japanese. I don't know how to speak Japanese, but Matt
Latin, Sic Semper Tyrannis.
Yeah.
Exactly. Give us a call because we could write good shit for you, but
Dos Vidania.
That's goodbye. That's adios.
Guten Tag.
That's goodbye to you.
There you go.
Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
Ciao.
So, yeah, definitely. I can't wait to look forward for Cameron and Kushida's push. I want to see what's the next level for Kushida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he should move on because obviously winning that match, he's over it. You win that shit goes.
Yeah, definitely. He's been on a roll. He's been on a roll for like 3 weeks in a row. Been winning all his matches. So why not? I want him to see him going for the. Okay, if not cruiserweight, go for a North American title.
Put him up against Thatcher, which will be sick, dude.
Oh yeah.
That'll be the move right there, man. That'll be so glorious because you get that strong style technical versus the pure American just catch can style. Oh, I got a wrestling boner for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else to call so that's what I called it. I apologize.
It's nothing wrong with it. It's just good shit. It's good shit. Anyway, moving on with that, now we had Pat McAfee with his new stable, which we forgot to discuss about last week. We had Pete Dunne coming in and joining the faction with him, with Pat McAfee, Danny Burch, and Oney Lorcan. They're the kings of NXT now, as they're so called. Now, they give that segment out, burning the Undisputed Era's flag and burying the shit out of them. Oh, they were so hot in 2017, but now they're done. Screw them, the hell with it, and now they're buried. What are you guys' thoughts about this stable so far and Pat McAfee? Before I'm going to go ahead mine first. I apologize.
No, yeah,
I love it. The fact that I love the fact that Paul Levesque went quick to switch the storyline with Ridge Holland when he got hurt. He's like, shit, I got to find a heel. I need to find a new heel now. Now he found Pat McAfee. Why not? He did it last time. This makes sense to recover and continue the feud with Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era. And what I'm surprised is Pete Dunne that he joined. But I love it. This is a great fucking faction.
Bruiserweight.
Yeah, the Bruiserweight, and you got two European guys and two American guys. Lorcan's American, Burch is, from England, as well as Pete Dunne, Pat McAfee, and, they're Americans. But I love this faction. I really fucking love it. Kings of NXT, though, I don't know about that name.
But then again, they are heels. They're
not called that, though. Are they called that, or who is?
They're calling them these Kings of NXT. They've been mentioning last week and this week. They mentioned it.
I know they mentioned it, but who's Everrise? Is that them also?
No, Everrise is another tag team.
That's another tag team, right? Okay, I missed that for some reason. I thought that was the Pat McAfee team for some reason. I must have just been like.
If Everrise, if you watch this, I'm sorry, man. We're sorry.
No worries. For some reason, I thought that the Pat McAfee team was called Everrise, and I was going to rail into them about that terrible name. But this is technically supposed to be. I mean, who are the heels in this?
It's all four of them.
No. What I'm talking about is they're supposed to be like the anti-Undisputed Era, right?
Yes.
What I was about to say, Chris. This is what turns Undisputed Era babyface, basically.
Exactly, and they're obviously anti-heroes. Nobody doesn't like Undisputed Era. They're cheered even when they do all the bad guy stuff. Like, there's just no doubting it. Like, people cheer Adam Cole when he's an asshole. So it's a brave move to sort of try to make heels versus heels that are over because they're heels. It's sort of like the AEW. It's like a MJF versus Jericho thing. They're both heels, but who's such a better heel that they're actually the face? And I like Pete Dunne. I like Oney Lorcan and Burch. They were a sick tag team. So why am I going to boo them other than just because they're going after the bad guys? Like, are they going to start doing bad guy shit besides beating up Undisputed Era? That's not going to make me not like them. I mean, Pete Dunne can do no wrong. The Bruiserweight was such a bad guy that he became loved, just like Adam Cole. So I want to see how they kind of do this. It's kind of a double switch, not really, but like.
Well, yeah, it is a double switch. It's kind of like breaking those barriers that you switching it automatically, within breaking those barriers of switching them. All right, now I want you guys to cheer to these guys, even though you've already been cheering for them, but I want you more. And the problem with this one is, and which is happening now, and we've seen this for a long time when it comes to baby face heels, when they turn, like when they switch, 360 on it, they become softer. And that's what Undisputed Era has become right now. They're becoming soft. They're all injured. They're all like
they all lost their titles.
Yes.
They're down and out, but they're also bastards in every good sense they can be, Yeah. And like, I don't know. The only thing you can do is like what Bret Hart did to Austin in the most successful double switch ever.
There we go.
Is have Kings of NXT, are they actually going with that? Have them just beat the shit out of Undisputed Era so bad that you just have to start booing them.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
yeah,
just
that's the only move. That's how that's done properly.
yeah.
It's like when they double switch Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna try to make them be as cruel as they could possibly be. For one, you know, just be as and disrespectful too. They're gonna try some really like I think because the whole Kings of NXT. That's like, you know, when you're a new heel and you're young and you haven't really earned those stripes, that's kind of a heel move to do, just to say, oh, I'm better than Ric Flair ever was. You know,
Right.
and you're like an 18-year-old kid. Of course, that's a heel thing to do because it's like, you haven't earned that. Of course, I'm a heel.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And also, obviously, who runs NXT?
Paul Levesque, Triple H.
The King of Kings. So they could maybe do something that'd be really cool where they start disrespecting Triple H, and that won't go
There you
over
go.
the universe at all.
Oh, definitely. That could happen as well, since we saw that when the first time with Pat McAfee feuded with Adam Cole, how he kind of disrespected them in a way.
Yeah, we saw that in the very first Cruiserweight tournament where Pete Dunne attacked Tyler Bates and threw the title during the not even during the match, during the introductions of the participants, and then Triple H grabbed him and said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" They can go back to that with Pete Dunne. I mean,
like the conceited and arrogant thing is like a basic heel 101, more or less.
Yeah.
The whole Kings of NXT is like, you know, that's there. You know, that's textbook.
it's a bunch of dudes who've barely even held titles. It's
exactly.
I mean, Pete Dunne's the only one, and he's only been North and Tag Champion and European Champion. I don't know what.
NXT
UK champion.
UK and NXT UK and NXT Tag Team Champ and North American.
Yeah. So everything but the main roster.
Yeah, but the NXT Championship.
NXT Champion. Sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say this right now though. You're gonna see if this does happen on NXT Takeover, if they announce it maybe one day before Survivor Series, it's gonna be War Games, and that's what's gonna happen. I'm saying it here first.
It's the same number, 4-on-4, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Games.
War Games, that gets me very excited.
I can't wait to see that.
When they first announced that coming back, before they even said it, before Steven Regal came out. Is it Steven Regal? Heels are William Regal right now, right?
William
Regal.
Same thing.
In WWE.
Before he came out and said it, like,
War Games.
I started counting the people in the ring. I'm like, no, I had no idea that they were going to do this. So I'm like, wait, we're going to put on a match, the only kind of match that can handle this amount of people. There's only one way to sell. I'm like, I'm screaming, War Games. And he goes, we're going to have War. I'm like, it's been 25 years since War Games. Yes. I was so stoked to see them bring that back.
War Games.
So every War Games, the tag team War Games they had when it was like War Machine and Undisputed Era and dude.
Love it.
I love it.
I love it. So I'm looking forward if they do that. And I won't be surprised if they do. If they do it before. Why the fuck not?
Right. Pat McAfee is going to be in kind of that J.J. Dillon role, more or less. Like, not exactly like a little bit more like manager-ish, but at the same time, he's still fighting.
Kind of an enforcer.
Yeah.
But he's going to be competing, though, because he's a fourth member. So imagine him. He can't wussy out. He can't.
Yeah, he can. He can say, "Oh, I'm not going to be in that match. You're crazy if you think I'm going to be in that match."
Or they could do it.
We
this
have
way.
our fourth, and then they bring out, I don't know, Wardlow.
No, if he's a heel,
Oh shit!
If he's a heel, he could bring in some weapons or whatever, brass knuckles. Who knows?
Oh yeah, you could totally do that. War Games is no DQ.
Yeah, it's no DQ. So he'll bring in a weapon. They'll just do some weapon spots with them. You know.
Yeah, he'll probably take the biggest bump of the night just to kind of pay his dues.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's about all I see him doing, though. I haven't seen enough of him in the ring to really have an opinion, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's a great athlete. I'm not gonna say he's not he's the best wrestler. He only had one match on live television, which was against Adam Cole. But I believe this is gonna happen. And my thing is gonna be NXT is War Games that I see happening. So moving forward with that, we saw the return of Toni Storm versus Shotzi Blackheart. Sorry, Matt, Shotzi lost the match.
Yes.
But Toni Storm looked great in the ring. Still looks like she hasn't lost a step at all. And
no, Toni Storm is a beast. I love Toni Storm.
Oh,
she deserves to go to the top of everything ever.
Definitely.
Toni Storm working heel for this match? I caught some of it though.
She's an anti-hero, sort of like Rhea. People love her though.
Yeah, definitely. And so I'm looking forward to see what's the future for her as well. And then you saw Candace. Now we're gonna see a Candace Shotzi feud. That's gonna be interesting. Why not? I like to see that feud, build up for a takeover. And I think that should be like a no DQ, like just I don't know. So far right now, I'm really impressed, and I'm really happy that these women are stepping up the game, especially in NXT, which Vinny should do on the fucking main roster. You're burying them. You're putting them through tables like 8 weeks in a row, 7 weeks in a row. You're not really using none of them. You barely use them. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Come on, call us, man. Do something. Shit. But I'm loving that NXT. All of it. Yes.
No, this isn't a pizza, Vince. This is.
Oh, let's eat a Denny sandwich. Oh, let me get a turkey sandwich. Ah.
Yeah. I would like to take a moment to pay my respects to a fallen comrade. It was a good run, but we do need to just have a quick moment of silence for Pocket. Shotzi's Tank is no longer with us. It was a very depressing moment for pro wrestling television and scripted, fictional. I hope the Tank and Pepper and Moppy are all in a better place now.
Let's donate to getting her a new tank.
Dude, go fund me for a new Pocket Tank, dude. I'm into it.
Yeah, I'll get Shotzi should get like a bigger tank or trick out like a big 18.
Hey man,
something.
The greatest DX segment of all time featured an actual tank. Let's make it happen, Vince.
Yeah, give her a full size.
Give her a real tank.
There you
Give
go.
her a Tiger from World War II. It doesn't have to go that far.
Just a Panzer truck.
Yeah, give her the full Tiger tank, the King Tiger.
Just in the parking lot. Just in the parking lot. Why not?
No, have her destroy
yeah, she could have an outdoor match.
Why not?
With the cars coming in. Yeah, perfect. You kill two birds with one stone. You get the big audience and you get a Shotzi, a Tiger tank in World War II.
That's awesome.
That'd be awesome. See? Great minds think alike. You see, you need to call us, man.
There you go. Come on. Come on, Triple H.
Come on, Paul.
This isn't a pizza.
No.
You know.
It's not a pizza. It's not Shawn Michaels, all right? No. No, it's not HBK.
Like not to go on a tangent or anything, but I'll just tell you, I did have a dream about Triple H where me and him were eating electrical wire.
You need a therapist.
And in that dream, guess what we were watching in that dream? I was eating electrical wire.
Wrestling.
No, we were watching the Iron Man match, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
Oh, nice. WrestleMania 12, 1996.
It was with the rest of the DX members were with us. Like, yeah, look, come on, Matt, don't hog all the robot spaghetti. Leave some for the rest of us, for crying out loud.
Machine, right?
And I was like choking too in that dream. I was like, oh, you know, I was like, don't hog it all, jeez. And he's eating the electrical wire too.
That's funny. Anyways,
All right. And then we have
the new NXT segment.
So, and then also we move on to the main event, which was Tommaso Ciampa versus Double Team Dream. Another one, two heels going at it. This match was really incredible. I did enjoy it. Ciampa coming out with a mask now. He's changing his gimmick around, becoming more aggressive, and he was aggressive in this match. Double Team sold the fuck out of him for him. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I don't know what the future holds for Ciampa on now developing this new character that he's trying to like portray. So I'm not quite sure I like it so far. That's good. It's good shit. So I don't know. Your thoughts, CK1? What do you think about this new development character of Tommaso Ciampa?
If they're gonna keep him down there, okay. So let me preface this with something. I couldn't find a place to say this. But there was a time when going from NXT to the main roster was considered a graduation.
Yes.
That's no longer the case by a long shot. I and many people agree that once you get called up to the main roster, our initial reaction is, oh, fuck. We're like, oh, okay, how are they going to botch this? How are they going to screw this up? Finn is obviously proven going back down, and I don't even like the term down. Going back to NXT works out. So I'm actually kind of glad Ciampa stayed down there and is developing a character, more of a character.
You mean not the staying at NXT?
Yeah, staying in NXT. I mean, he did obviously come up for that quick run with Johnny Gargano. I don't know why they went up and then back down so quickly. I know Shane was kind of their advocate for like 3 weeks. And they were well received, but it was just a matter of time before they were just put down at the bottom of the barrel. I like the Psycho Killer gimmick. I don't think that it overstayed its welcome at all. I think the feud with Gargano definitely did. So I wouldn't have been upset or bored if they kept the Psycho Killer gimmick going. So I'm interested to see where this development goes.
Yeah, definitely. Steamboat, do you feel the same?
It's especially when I saw Velveteen Dream come to the ring, I was kind of seeing it's more stripped down now. It's not so, it's not so fancy as it used to be with all the smoke and the ladies and the outfits. It's just like he's just got like, what was it, the Tiger Woods hat and the shirt. That's about it. Ciampa is dressing it up. I forgot what that. It reminds me of like the Gladiator mask. What he's wearing right now. So it's kind of like that. I don't know if it was a variation of that, like kind of robotic, more or less. But he's got kind of fun thing. I think so. One kind of thing I have on like the mask and the things people wear in the ring is that they can't wear some of them in the ring. They take them off when they're in it. It'd be kind of
this is weird. I don't mean to interrupt again. I just went to Ciampa's Instagram and he has no post. He has completely wiped his Instagram. So this definitely has to be some. I mean, he used to post his workout videos. It wasn't just wrestling stuff. It was like his daily workouts and routines. And
we got a new angle, maybe.
I think that's a catalyst, or not a catalyst, but the advent of something new. Definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So wow, that's super rare find right there. When someone wipes their Instagram, that's for many reasons, and I can't wait to see what his is.
There we go.
Yeah, definitely. We cannot wait. Now let's go ahead and move on with AEW Dynamite. We saw the opening match between MJF and Wardlow versus Ortiz and Sammy Guevara. Obviously, Jericho on commentating. He commentated with JR and Excalibur and Tony Schiavone. Great match between these two teams. I liked it. Great, intensity on both of them. I don't like that. I love this combination of the Inner Circle was able to go ahead and move their teams around and still put a fucking great match. And I love it. MJF, I love the fact that he's one of the greatest sellers I ever seen. Motherfucker could sell. He's a very instant classic, pro wrestler. And like how I said it before, the archives as well, he's going to be a future world champion very soon. And then after that, we saw the attack that he attacked Jericho, and Jericho smiling and loving it, because he wants that ruthless aggression.
I was about to say, you took the words right out of my mouth.
He wanted that. This is how you can tell that really there's a slap in the fucking face to fucking Papa Vinny. But it's true. It's very true, unfortunately.
After Vince got that stunner from Stone Cold, I remember he was doing the same thing, holding his chin and smiling. I'm like, wow. You've had too many brownies with Vince, Chris. In that biography, when Vince first met when Chris Jericho first met Vince McMahon, do you want another brownie, Chris? You can have another brownie if you want another brownie. I've got plenty of brownies, Chris. I know I want another brownie.
So take it away, Mr. Steamboat. You love that opening match. You love the attack. You like that MJF ruthless aggression.
And I mean, and then of course we're seeing a little bit more from Sammy, and then the Matt Hardy thing continuing on, the Matt Hardy angle, Matt Hardy, Sammy Guevara. I think this is more to elevate Sammy. Finally, I think this is the final ending of this feud between Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy. Like beginning of the end. I wanted to say this at the top of the program today. This is like our go home episode for full year. Just like how that was the go home episode of AEW Dynamite. This is our go home episode of Circle of Debate today. So yeah, there you go.
Take it away.
Yeah, I think that MJF's going to win this one. I think he's going to be in the Inner Circle, and it's going to kind of deform a little bit. I know one half of Pride and Powerful are indifferent about MJF, and the other brother, they're not brothers, right?
They're not brothers.
No, they're best friends.
They just look like Los Pericles. Is like completely against it. I like the Inner Circle. I don't want there to be a rift. I want this to work for everybody. So I don't really know if I want MJF in there at the risk of breaking up Sammy and Pride, and I mean obviously Jack.
Oh,
What?
the
Jack,
GOAT and
the
Jake
goats,
Hager.
yeah. Obviously Jake Hager and Jericho aren't going anywhere. He's I'd kind of like to see a tag match between Jake and Jericho versus Wardlow and MJF.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
That might settle it, but I know they already have the full gear match lined up. I just don't know what to make of this, man. Like I love everybody involved, except for the equation. You know, like I don't want MJF in Inner Circle. It's already big enough. MJF's great on his own, and he's great being his own leader. You can't have the young bull and the old guard on the same team. It's not going to work. But that in itself is an angle.
Yeah.
So that I just have to sit back and enjoy the show on that one.
Yeah. What about if we see kayfabe from a switch of the Inner Circle? We see them go with them baby faces. That'd be something.
Wardlow eventually needs to go on his own for sure.
Yeah.
They're obviously putting him in the ring more and more. The world hasn't really seen what he can do. I don't want to compare him to other wrestlers who are very obviously comparable to him, but I think he's just a better version of the obvious comparison.
His finisher
The reigning, defending,
There you go.
undisputed, Universal Champion. Yes.
I gotta say, like, he did choose that name, but I don't know if he chose that name for his finisher, but it's kind of obvious, him calling it the F10.
That's not a coincidence. And do you know where that's – I mean, it all comes – yeah, because the attitude adjustment, the original name for the attitude adjustment was FU.
Yeah.
And it started just like the F5, the fireman's carry, into the flip. Those are connected. John Cena named it that for that reason because of Brock Lesnar, and thus obviously Wardlow named the F10 because it's twice as good. Literally, when he hit it on Jungle Boy, I was like, "Oh, that's ouch!" Literally spun him 2 times, and then I saw him do it to whoever was in the match yesterday, Santino Ortiz. I forget which one. Ortiz hit it on him too. I was like, "Dude, that's sick. I love that. I want to see that more." Even though it is just directly stolen from Brock Lesnar and then just elaborated on.
The F10.
Yeah. Again, I want Wardlow to be pushed to his limits, turn on MJF, go face, feud with Brian Cage. Hopefully someone has a title by then. Maybe put the TNT title on Cage at some point. He's eventually going to have the heavyweight title. That's just a given. But that feud needs to happen in the next 366 days.
No, well, we'll see. Have to wait to have that happens. Now, moving on, let's go ahead and move on with Miro. Miro, the best man, versus Trent. One-on-one singles competition. Miro's his debut as a singles competitor, making his first win against Trent. Great match. Miro looked great. Singles, he looks in shape. The guy, formerly known as Rusev, looks great. I cannot wait for the future will hold for him. We did discuss it probably before in the archives about. I think he should be a singles competitor, not a tag team. I'm not no disrespect to Kip Sabian. I love him as singles as well, but should not be in a tag team. So definitely, go to you, Mr. Steamboat. Back at you on this one. You think? Were you happy about Miro's singles win? And he looked great to you in the ring.
They could have even cut the match even shorter, and I would have been okay with it. Just let's get, I want to see Rusev just run through either against the big guys or against the baby faces or whatever, because I mean, we do see, I don't really mind a lot of heel versus heel, especially when it's big dudes, because the main thing that sells it, is the spectacle. How well does this monster work against this monster? That's the whole fun. That's the whole reason why Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar was so fun, and why so many of us wanted to see more of it. That, in fact, in all honesty, that's my favorite WWE match from the past 10 years was Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe. I kind of wish I saw more of that. Yeah,
definitely, I agree 100% with that. Your rebuttal for that, Mr. CK1?
You got me thinking about Samoa Joe and Lesnar. Who are we talking about again?
Rusev, I mean,
Rusev. All right, yeah, no, sorry. I was just like,
our other big guy.
Yeah. I don't know what we're supposed to feel about Rusev because he came over as a comedy gimmick who's supposed to be taken seriously doing heel stuff. So it's like
we need a repackage.
I don't know what they're supposed to, the reaction they're supposed to elicit, because like he's got a Dave and Buster's gimmick, but he's a badass. But then he's with Kip Sabian.
Dave and Buster's gimmick.
So
video game.
Yeah, I don't know. And then he's going against best friends who are faces. So I don't know if he's like supposed to be just like a bad guy frat dude, or like is he like the Twitch villain? Like I don't know what I don't know.
We need a repackage.
I don't know what to do because
I don't know,
man. Like
I mean, his ring gear looks good, but like we do need a repackage.
Like I like him there, and it's cool and all. I just don't know if he's a heel or a face, or
I have no
he's
idea.
like a bad guy dressed like a good guy doing good guy stuff, and then does bad guy stuff against good guys. He's all over the place right now.
Yeah, it's
David
I have no idea.
The David Buster's gimmick, man.
Wow.
Because of the arcade
because I like that Xavier Woods is basically the same character, but the good guy version.
I love you, man. I love how you fucking really compare fucking shit, man.
Wow, that really hit the nail on the head, Chris. I gotta say,
it's the same character.
I fucking love you, bro. Oh my god.
I can't wait till they. Next thing I know, they're listening to this and they're like, I got all these tickets. We gotta buy toys.
Yeah, dude. He's just doing the New Day gimmick, but with the Rusev character. It's I don't know, man. Like
he's like download the DLC. And I got all these tickets.
Yeah, dude. The DLC should be his new finisher. Fuck yeah, dude.
I'm glad. I'm glad I have the fat on.
Okay, so here's what I figured out in this last 10 seconds. Is that he's a good guy outside of the ring and then a bad guy in the ring. That's all I can sum it up to. That's it.
I mean, he's not friends with any of the good guys either, because I guess.
Yeah, people don't like Kip's a heel. Her name escapes me because there's so many blondes in AEW right now. Jennifer, Jessica, Allie, I forget her name. Kip's wife.
Joey Janela's ex.
Yeah, her. She's awesome, by the way.
Penelope Ford.
There we go, Penelope Ford. Sorry, I knew that. I was just brain farting because we're just 2 hours into this thing. Yeah, she's awesome. She's going to be champion someday. Definitely. Besides the fact, I don't know what to do, what to feel about Rusev. I enjoy it. I'm entertained. Just I don't know. That's it. No ideas.
All right, definitely. And then, the Young Bucks versus Private Party. Young Bucks won over. That's when FTR came and once again and attacked the Young Bucks. There's rumor on your window, which is an opinion. We don't know if it's real. That we had one of the Jackson brothers is legitimately hurt of the knee injury.
Okay.
We don't know how serious it is. So we have to wait and see, tomorrow night and how this match, the outcome of it. And don't forget also they have their book coming out pretty soon as well. I believe it's next week. Or
Killing the Business.
Killing the Business out of the way. So I'm looking forward to see
from
that.
the backyards to the whatever it was, right? From the backyards to the something.
Yeah, from the backyards to Killing in the Business.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen on that. I just want to go ahead and move forward with that. I want to move forward with this segment, though, that I really enjoyed a lot. Two of the best promo guys of fucking all time, man. John Moxley and Eddie Kingston's promo.
Oh, my God. Eddie is so good.
Loved it.
Eddie is so good. And I'm not saying Mox isn't good. Eddie is so good. I feel it, dude. He reminds me of old ECW, Shane Douglas, and Taz.
Thank you.
If you weren't going to bring that up already, this has
you read my mind. You read my mind.
Major. When Shane Douglas and – do you remember – okay, we're going to get into this for a couple seconds.
Okay, let's go for it.
Do you remember the promo just before Shane dropped the title to Taz between the two where Shane Douglas gets on the mic? Francine's kind of in the background just putting on her makeup before the match, and Shane Douglas goes, "It's finally here. The match everybody's been waiting for. The immovable object versus the unstoppable force. This isn't going to be easy. If you want it easy, you need to take your business up north and down south because you're not going to find it here, Taz. You're not going to win this title. Tonight, bitch, you're mine. Isn't that right? And Francine's like, yeah, Shane, geez, calm down. I remember that promo verbatim. Go watch it right now. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
And then Taz is in the shadows. Dude,
Love
major throwback vibes, dude. I am digging this, dude. I am very excited. This could have happened 20 years ago in the ECW arena on Wolf Street in Pennsylvania, and I would have just been into it then as I am now. I am marking out for this feud. I don't think Eddie wins. I would that would be such an upset, dude. That'd be such an upset. But I think maybe Eddie loses and they become friends again. I think that's the redemption story they're going for.
I will say one thing's for sure. You know, no matter who wins, this is going to be bloody.
Oh, I'm so stupid.
They cannot. With those two's history and background, and especially what this match is,
proclivity for violence.
Yeah, they're not going to you know, either hard way or blading. A lot of blood's gonna spill on this match, like everywhere. You know, they're gonna try two things. They're gonna try to top Cody versus Dustin. That's gonna be the first thing, their hurdle. And then they're gonna try to get near, you know, I'm not gonna say they could top it at all, but they're gonna try to get near Bret Hart Stone Cold I Quit match. They're gonna try to get to that territory. Yeah. Because of just because of the background of these two, and especially with their gimmicks, and you know, the fact that this is an I Quit match, you know, and that was an I Quit match. They're gonna do everything they can. You know, they're
I agree
with the cable.
I love the fact both of you guys are ideas is phenomenal, and how the ending of this match. And I do agree with you that should be the type of dialogue. In order for this match to be great, they should watch that match and make it obviously not similar to it, but in their own version of it.
Yeah.
I definitely agreed 100% with that. I feel on this one, I think I did send an archive as well. I think this time, this one sold me. I see Eddie winning this. I see Eddie winning this.
I love that. Because Moxley's held it for too long. I'm ready for him to drop.
I don't
know if it's this is a circle of debate. Let's just keep going the way we're going. I don't think it's too. You know, you can talk too at the same time. We can do this.
Go ahead.
I don't think that it's been too long for Mox, but I do like it because it's definitely a holy shit moment.
Why not? I mean, why not?
There hasn't been.
He's an underdog, and he's not a WWE guy.
Yeah. No,
he even did WWE too. It's like
of course,
sports entertainers.
That's why he never signed anywhere. Eddie Kingston never signed anywhere. That's why he was always in the independent circuit for such a long time in the East Coast.
You know what?
Parts of the Midwest. This motherfucker paid his dues, and for him to win this belt, why the hell not?
I
said it before. I said it before. My apologies, but I said it. Remember, I said it before when it was a triple threat match between him, Lance, and Moxley. I thought that if it was going to be a triple threat, Eddie's going to win it. I don't know where he was going to win it. I said it before in the archives.
So here's what I think is going to happen. Here's the main thing that's going to make this win legitimate. Other than him not being a WWE guy, here's the main thing, Ivan Chris. Is like, listen for this. The night after he wins it, that's going to be the biggest payoff. I mean, the Dynamite after, he's going to give one of the best post-win speeches ever, covered in bandages, saying, I came up from nothing. Yeah. Everyone I knew died. Everyone I knew, alcoholics. I'm from the streets, and I made it here. I didn't go to the land of sports entertainers. I didn't come from money. I did it for the people. I had nothing, and look where I am now. And with covered in bandages. Who knows? He might even do the Flair thing where he just rips his bandages off and freaking opens up the wounds. These wounds are still inside of me. Like that, and I might even cry like the night after.
You really want to go down this? Check this out. Ready? Oh. Okay, we're there's a big piece of this fucking puzzle y'all are missing.
I'm ready, Chris.
I'm so excited about this conversation. This whole podcast could be about this match.
Yeah.
Long game. Okay. I like where you're going with the Eddie. If Eddie wins, fuck yeah, that'd be great. Eddie fucking wins the title. His first title defense. We already know who it is.
Kenny.
gonna fucking take the piss out of him. He's gonna clean house on Eddie and just fucking job him out and take that belt. Transitional champion at worst. And I mean at worst meaning like that's the worst they can do to him. It's gonna be Kenny and Eddie, and I think Kenny is gonna tear through him like a hot knife through butt butter. It is gonna be.
He'll still be injured too. That's
exactly.
The kind of. And then Eddie's gonna be upset about it and be like, I wasn't at 100%. Kenny, you're nothing but a pretty boy. Blah blah blah. You're a nerd. You don't like. I never had money for video games. You know?
Dude, you're right.
I didn't have a penny for video games. And look at you in your comfortable house in Canada with all your pretty Japanese girls. I didn't have nothing. Like,
I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Considering that Eddie's already lost to him. I mean, via towel being thrown in, right? Was someone throwing the towel? Yeah, dude. Oh, because I don't see Paige winning, and I don't. If they do, I don't see Paige versus Kingston. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, or Paige versus Moxley's.
It's still so. I love Paige. I think I don't want to get sidetracked too much, but to cover that real quick, I think
let's jump on it. Might as well.
Yeah,
let's jump on it full gear.
I think Paige is going to do better than people think, but I think what the caveat is, with the catch to that match is, I think that Hangman hasn't been drunk this whole time and has been pretending and playing possum just to throw Kenny off and to underestimate him.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah, drunken master. Drunken master.
Yeah, Drunken Master. There you go.
I think that he's going to I don't think he's going to come out to the ring and act like he's drunk. But if he did, and then all of a sudden, maybe he has a drink with him or something, and Kenny's like, what are you doing? You drinking? He's like, I haven't drank since this fight was announced. I've been sober this whole time. You know, something like that. That would be cool. I don't think they're going to do it. I think that's a little diluted. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't see Paige winning that match.
It won't be easy for Kenny. That's
for sure.
I'll just say.
That would be upset of the decade if Hangman's redemption story ended right there with him winning over Kenny, because it's done. It's done either way. Whoever wins that match, that feud is over.
It's like what they do, because if it's Moxley versus versus Adam Page, it's just going to be kind of like, oh yeah, we're both at the bar, you know, or bar guys, bar fights, you know, blah blah blah, cowboys, bar boys, we're tough guys.
No. Remind you that Moxley, he's from Cincinnati, Ohio, so he's not a cowboy.
Yeah, I know.
Adam Page is,
and he lives in Vegas.
He lives in Vegas, you know. Yeah, he lives in Vegas now.
They would just go something like goofy, like we both go to the bar, blah blah blah.
No, there's so many concepts that you're able to plot that story between both of them. If that occurs, but we all know that in this one it's not gonna happen that way. It's gonna be I'm going with Chris on this one. If it does go, if Eddie Kingston fucking wins, I see how Chris broke it down. Kenny comes in, cleaner. Boom, like that in a fucking instant. That's what
just like Brody, just like Brody and
Cody for the TNT.
And then obviously just like Kenny over Sonny Kiss.
Yep. And this is where we see now Moxley now going for the title again now, helping his buddy. I promised your mom that I would look out for you, and you know let's say Kenny destroys him, how Chris said. Boom, you know, Eddie's like bloody the hell out. And
we got to write this down and go. We need to review. We need to do a review. Yeah, like next week or even at least.
Tony Khan's like, week. Are they in the writers' room?
Right.
Where'd these guys get the info?
Hey, I mean, come on.
Excalibur is my best friend. I can make that happen.
Excalibur, I mean, come on, bro.
Hit me up on Instagram, bro.
I mean, there you go.
The link's right there.
I'm just looking. There's so many different concepts how you can take the story.
Yeah.
And we can. Even let's say how you said, Matt. Let's say if Adam wins, then I think he'll be the heel one.
Okay.
You said all this time he's supposedly shrinking, but he's not. And then it goes very different. I mean, that's very understanding. So I mean, there's so many ways we can do this. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm letting you know right now, AEW Full Gear coming up within the next 24 hours. The match card is stacked. Orange Cassidy versus John Ford Silver. 13's over here and 14's right there. Yeah, the Elite Deletion, which is I'm hoping this is the last time we see Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara. I need Guevara to move up. I'm hoping that'll be deleted. Delete. And so the GOAT, the Painmaker, Goat Jericho for MJF. Cody Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose again.
Again.
And
They really could have done something else. But, yeah.
well, I'll tell you why they didn't, because my girl, Chris Statlander, is still injured.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, but they could have gone with Serena Deeb. They could have gone with Allison Kay. They could have gone with. They have so much potential in that women's roster.
Anna Jay, Penelope Ford.
Anna Jay.
Yeah.
Why not Anna Jay?
Yeah,
Anna Jay is.
We said it last
have the
time.
match that night, right?
Anna Jay is absolutely the future of women's wrestling.
I can't wait.
I know that's a bold statement. It's a bold statement because there's a lot better in the ring right now. But I'm looking at her now as a green wrestler and seeing the talent develop, and it's going to be good. Hopefully, it's
Scout.
right.
I'm gonna say this right now, and this is something
Chris,
that
you got JR's job.
to end this shit quickly. I just want to say that now AEW, Tony Khan is now feeling the pressure. Like, what I mean by pressure is you sign all these potential talent on this roster. It's now you're at a point that you have to create a story plot for these individuals, and you got to now pick and choose which one you want to use, which one's the one that's going to get you ratings, which one's the ones. Now you're looking at it at like Paul Levesque's side. Now you're really looking at it. You see how he is as well. Like how he's doing with NXT. He's picking out, pickers here and there who to put on television and who's not, and who have him on AW Dark. So this is he has a lot of shit to work on.
He has to balance who not only what the character is of the wrestler, what the storyline is of the wrestler against who, but then also who wins to tell that story and how the fans react to that. It's all in real time, obviously, because a match and a character and a gimmick can go down in the ring, nothing the way you planned it.
Definitely.
And you have to adjust basically backstage either that night or by next Wednesday. And I don't know how many people back there are key decision makers as far as what you see on TV. I know it's Cody, I know it's TK. I'm sure a few others. I'm sure
Young Bucks,
Kenny. Yeah.
Kenny's in charge of the women's war division.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure.
But I trust right now. I trust them because I don't have a reason not to.
We'll find. Look, we'll find out with the aftermath of Full Gear. So we will
so
see
many
what
things are
we're
going to be settled.
Yeah,
the return of Pac, dude. Oh my God,
There's so much things going on.
I can't wait till next week's episode.
Definitely, we cannot wait. Yes, I cannot wait until next week. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in for this episode 27. And don't forget to tune in on this Sunday as we give our top 5 picks of the week. We did give our Halloween special, the best ring attires, and now we're going to give the worst ring attires.
The worst.
The worst. Okay, so don't forget. And then the following one, out of that top 5 of the week, we're going to do top 5 best promos of all time.
Ooh.
And that's going to be the
This is the first I heard about this.
Well, I'm announcing it now, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be the following for week 28. The top 5 best promos of all time that got you like, oh my God, like as from a child to even to this day. So that's going to be a tough one for everyone here to do their homework on that. So don't forget, once again, ladies and gentlemen, tune in as for next week, episode 28. We will go ahead and discuss with you our thoughts about the aftermath of Power Struggle from New Japan, the aftermath of Full Gear, which we're looking forward as well. Who won, who lost. We cannot wait to discuss that with you guys as well. And obviously give you an update on what's going on Pro Wrestling News World, worldwide. WWE, obviously, with Raw and SmackDown, NXT, and more AEW. And more United Wrestling Network for coverage as well. And so don't forget to subscribe to the end of this video right below, and make sure you tune into our weekly, episodes that we have every Fridays, and also our top 5 every Sunday. And we will have Mr. Steamboat, who want to make the announcement of who our next interviewer will be coming up. That it should be releasing by next Saturday. Go ahead.
So coming out next Saturday, we have an interview with Mr. Evan Ginsberg, producer of both The Wrestler, starring Mickey Rourke, and of course the movie 350 Days, the documentary. So Mr. Evan Ginsberg will be our interviewee on that show.
That's a big deal right there. I'm very excited for that one.
Definitely, we're all excited. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you stay tuned next week, next Friday, next Saturday, and next Sunday. We're gonna have these awesome episodes and interviews and top fives. So just once again, the Devious One, Ivan C, alongside with the Mad Hatter himself, the Carbonation Kyle Brown, the Steam Maker, the Pain Maker. He is the water. He's the Carbonation Maker. He's the Drinker Maker. That's Steamboat himself. And of course, the one and only, Mr. Chico, the only one who, with the glasses.
There we go.
There you go. That is right. It should have been him. It should have been him. It should have been him. That is Mr. the CK1 himself, Chris Kennedy, saying to you guys, good night, buenas noches, salud, and we'll see you on...
Te amo también.
Oh my God, you're gonna start with that song?
Por una cabeza.
There you go. We'll see you next week, ladies and gentlemen.